My name is Aznan, I'm from TNBX, and yesterday we signed a memorandum of understanding with Sime Darby on green homes. So the title, the subject that I'm going to be speaking briefly today is about solar energy purchase and supply agreement with renewable energy. Okay, that's the content of the talk. Hopefully I can finish in 15 minutes. This is us, TNBX. If those who are not yet know what TNBX is, this is us. So it's an extension of TNB. You can consider it like that way. So we provide advisory, energy contracting, billing, invoicing, marketing, metering, contact center, revenue assurance services. Okay, this is the slide that normally I started with by showing the minister. Nothing catches more attention than showing the minister herself. So when she came, she announced three things. She announced large-scale solar, LSS, number 3, which we are going to the bidding process now. She announced net energy metering one-to-one. Net energy metering has been there for a while, but not one-on-one. Net energy metering before was just avoided cost of generation at 31 cents. So it didn't take up so much. Net energy metering, she came, she decided that we're going to do NEM one-to-one. So every on tariff that you are on, you're going to get exactly that tariff if you export to the grid. Then finally, she announced supply agreement with renewable energy, SARE, the famous SARE. So I'm going to be talking about SARE today. So roughly, as an introduction, the business models of photovoltaic normally involve around the ownership. Who owns the solar panel? Normally, you yourself will own the solar panel. You have cash spare, you put solar panels on your rooftop, either your own money or via loan. So who owns and controls the PV facilities and the related flow of cash determines the potential viability. So normally, how do we calculate this viability? We calculate the return on investment, we calculate payback years. We know the cost of our solar panel, 2,000 per kilowatt, 4,000 per kilowatt, multiply with the kilowatt that you put on your rooftop, divide by the savings, you get payback years. If people come to me, Aznan, do you know what's the payback years of a solar panel? I said, I do not know. Do you know what's the return on investment on solar panel? I said, I do not know. They even asked me, how much is a solar panel per kilowatt? My answer is, I do not know. Because there are, my favorite saying is that there are proton is not that bad now, but there's proton of solar panel, there's Mercedes of solar panel. Right? So what I'm trying to say, there's 2,000 per kilowatt solar panel, then also there are 10,000 kilowatt of solar panel also. So that depends on your shopping. You can probably buy Lazada now solar panel, right? You probably can buy from IKEA. It's just so easy to do. But the calculation for you as a customer is the payback years. So how do you calculate the payback years? You calculate using your investment divided by your savings. And we can do that for you. Okay, and then to encourage all this solar uptake, the government introduced feed-in tariff, they introduced net energy metering, now net energy metering one-to-one, just to encourage the take-up of solar. Okay, the solar industry is expected to gain momentum. We are targeting 20% not solar, we are targeting 20% renewable energy by 2025. So it's taking a lot. We're seeing a lot of interest now in taking solar. And then this commercial and industrial is just going to be booming. So I'm not going to talk about large-scale solar, the one that just closed the bidding at 17.7. People have been talking about that. I was at the talk upstairs this morning, and there are people coming from all other countries. They are surprised that Malaysians can bid at 17.7 cents per kilowatt hour of solar. It's a surprise, meaning that we can go that low. But I'm not going to talk about large-scale solar. I'm going to talk about my passion, which is rooftop solar. Because I think that the best place for you to put a solar panel is not on land, but it's on rooftop. That's the best thing. That's the best way, because it has a primary use, right? You don't waste any land. It doesn't have a competitive use of rooftop. So you have So the benefits of rooftop solar would be the site access, common point of consumption, modularity can be designed, scalability, you can design it 2 kilowatt first, after that you get 4 kilowatts. You have a primary energy supply. Once you install the solar panel, the kilowatt hour produced by the solar panel are free, you are hedged for the rest of the lifespan of the solar panel. You have, solar have the beauty of actually generating during peak hours, like now. Mature technology, PV system is nothing new, it's old already. People are installing solar panels since before the Apollo mission, before the 1960s. They do last a long time. Investment, offset your investment needed for power cost, now is relatively cheap, and now PV system is good for the environment. And these are the many benefits of a rooftop solar. Okay, now the PV business model started from having, the first generation PV business model is about just focusing on manufacturing, supply, installation, end user. You are the owner of the solar panel. That's the first generation of the business model evolution of solar. Number two, the first generation that we Malaysians are coming to now are the third-party ownership and operation. What do I mean by third party? Third party means that you do not need to own your solar panel in order to have that solar on your rooftop. You can get a third party to invest to put solar panel on your rooftop. So this is the famous no upfront cost solar model, solar PPA. And this is not new. Okay, Elon Musk, rasa macam Elon Musk lah. Elon Musk did solar PPA. The Tesla, the Solar City does this business, solar PPA. Internationally, it's known as solar PPA, where you do not own the solar panel, but somebody else owns the solar panel. So what is your, what do you have to do? What's your obligation? Your obligation, you have to pay for the electricity produced by the solar panel. There's nothing free lah. But you still have to pay the electricity produced by the solar panel, and this is sold to you at a cheaper price than the utility price. Say for example, you are paying TNB how much now? Sir, do you know how much you're paying TNB now? Or you're not Malaysian, I'm sorry. Sir, how much you are paying from utility now? Your tariff, 57? Okay, if say for example on the latest band, 57 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, the solar investor must be offering you a price which is lower than 57 per kilowatt hour. So that makes it viable. If you are industry, you are 36.5 cents C tariff, he has to offer you a price lower than that. So that makes it attractive to you. But you have to sign a long-term contract. And people ask me, how long is the contract? It could be 20, 25 years. And people are telling me, these contracts are long. I agree, because the prices of solar is not that cheap yet. Or because the tariff in Malaysia, which you may disagree, are still cheap. So that's the reason why the payback years or the ownership is long, because we have to expand, we have to lengthen the contract to accommodate the prices to be lower than the current tariff. You can come to me and say that I want 10 years. I can do that easily, but your tariff will be higher than TNB. So what's the point? Right? Or you can buy it cash. So we are going to that model now. The second generation people are saying that full integration. I'm not going to go through that. So again, I repeat, this is just a slide that emphasizes the points that I'm trying to make. Number one model is that you own the solar panel. You buy, you have cash, 4,000 per kilowatt, 10,000 per kilowatt, solar Mercedes-Benz. Then you go off. You calculate the payback years. Or you can get a loan, the second column. Owning the solar panel, buy a loan. The third one, the one that we're moving now, is called solar PPA, Power Purchase Agreement. So this is the third party ownership, no upfront cost model solar. And this is SARE, what SARE is all about. Okay, you do not own the solar panel, but somebody else invests on your solar panel, and you pay for the tariff, or it's actually not tariff, it's a price. Tariff is a regulated thing. So you pay cent per kilowatt hour, produce energy by the solar panel. You do not disconnect from utility, because at night there's no sun, unless you have a battery lah. Right? So you do not disconnect from the utility because you need the utility for backup or reliability purpose. And the fourth one is solar leasing. This is just a variation of solar PPA. People are going around telling no upfront solar lease. Actually, solar lease is a fixed payment. Solar PPA is you pay according to the sun. If there is sun, there's yield, there's solar production, you pay. Solar lease is just fixed payment.